Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Nick and Knarf. Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, Thanksgiving, and we're wishing you and yours a happy, healthy, blessed, joyful, and warm New Year.
All of the above from me también.
The day that we're taping today, it's really cold here in Tucson. It's about 74 degrees. No, it's about 42 degrees right now.
Yeah, it gets cold here in the desert in the winter. I mean, it's wonderful because actually it makes us feel like we're in a mountain state. It really gets you out of the desert. Hot.
Arizona
really
is
nice.
a mountain state. We are surrounded here in Tucson by a wide range of mountains. We have the Catalinas, the Rincon. What are the other ones?
Santa Rita, and the Tucson Mountains. And Mount Lemmon behind us goes up to almost 10,000 feet. So we're in high desert and high mountains, but it's beautiful weather. We got snow on the mountains right now. It's wonderful.
And on my drive over here to Frank's, I was telling him that as I was coming his way, you could see the snow levels down to about 4,500 feet, which is really low.
It's so beautiful in the mountains and the desert's covered with snow.
Because Frank's here at about 3,000 feet,
beautiful,
so it's pretty cool. But anyway, I just wanted to keep you guys apprised that here we are, two brothers living in Tucson, Arizona, bringing you music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And today we're going to be looking at a band, a group, a duo that I just love her voice, first of all. Annie Lennox, of course, and Dave Stewart from the great British band, the Eurythmics. They sold over 75 million records worldwide. They did a total of 9 albums, one being a soundtrack, one being 7 albums, and then one was a compilation, I guess.
Probably a compilation, yeah.
Yeah, 9 altogether, so not that many. But wow.
From 1980 only to 1990, a 10-year run. But
they got back together like in 99 because they broke up. They got back together. They did another album, and it was like number 8 or 9 on the charts in the UK. But what blows me away about these guys is, first of all, I love women who have these strong voices, and I love Annie Lennox's voice. Also, Dave Stewart received a Grammy for record production. I think it was in the late 80s. So this is a talented duo.
Absolutely. And Annie Lennox goes on to have a brilliant solo career during the interim, starting in the early 90s, and had a string of 6 studio albums and a compilation album. Just a tremendous performer. What a great voice she has. Oh. What a talent. She does a great cover of many, many songs, plus her own original material.
But I think she plays keyboard, right? I think she plays piano. Know. I think I've seen her play piano.
I think she does play an instrument, but most of the time when she was in the Eurythmics, she was always out front doing the lead work, and then Dave Stewart oftentimes would be playing the guitar and stuff.
And what a face, huh? I mean, she has this presence on her. Her eyes are so big, and of course, her famous shaved head, which, she's still attractive.
Oh, she's beautiful, and she what a presence on stage, like Nick says. Some of her costuming, her makeup work, just the savvy as a performer. She's just amazing. Anyway, we've got 2 great selections featuring, basically, it's about Annie Lennox, even though it's Eurythmics and Dave Stewart as well.
They wrote the songs together.
Nick has got the first selection. Nick has chosen which one, Nicky?
Sweet Dreams Are Made of These.
Yeah, one of their monster hit off their first album. It was huge, right? Wasn't it like number 1 in the U.S.?
Massive. And number 1 in the U.S., number 1 in the U.K., number 3 in Australia. I mean, it went like multi-platinum.
Great. And so many great songs by the Eurythmics. We're taking it off of their greatest hits album there. And then I made a selection from Annie Lennox's solo album, second studio album from 1995. It's Medusa. And it's an incredible cover. If you've never heard this, you're going to love it. An incredible cover of Neil Young's Don't Let It Bring You Down. Just an amazing version. And I know you're going to dig it because we care for your ears. But before we get started, let me remind you, subscribe, like, and share if you haven't. If you have, we love your support. We appreciate all your kind comments and just being here from video to video. And we hope if you haven't, you'll consider. It's free. Get notified. You can enjoy all of our content. And we thank you for being here today. But we are ready to get into it. You right, Nicky?
Oh, I really am. I always love listening to Annie.
Okay, here we go. This is the Eurythmic featuring Annie Lennox singing from their greatest hits album, and Sweet Dreams Are Made of These.
Andy, this one has a great intro.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of
good.
them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Hold your head up, keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Hold your head up. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up.
Hell, I didn't remember that. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. I mean, come on. The first time you hear that song, it just draws you in. It is so good.
Isn't it kind of a transition song? Listen, see what you think of this take. It sounds like it's a cross, because this came out, what, 1980, right? 1981, right around there. It sounds like a transition between disco and 80s music combined. That techno 80s sound that started evolving.
I mean, come on.
I mean, but it's kind of a disco dance kind of a sound,
Boom.
a club sound.
Talk
you know?
about minimalist. I mean, he's producing obviously in the studio, and think about it. All he's doing is he's putting in the fake drum sound, to the fake snare, and then at one point he's just hitting the what's it called, the big one,
The bass drum.
bass drum. He's just sitting there hitting that bass drum. I mean, that's all there is to it. But he throws in so many cool things with his synthesizer. You know, it's just so good.
And her voice is so dreamy.
Man.
Doesn't it have a dream state quality to this song? Especially though that voice, and it's just got a very hypnotic and powerful sort of recurring rhythm that just sucks you into this song. It's so good.
And she does her harmonies impeccably. Well produced song. This
Beautifully
song was
produced.
so well recorded. Every instrument you want to hear, you can pick out. Every note you can pick out. It is just tight.
I'm sure Dave Stewart had a lot to say about how this went, because he's a really high quality producer, and the production values are just tremendous. Anyway, what did you guys think of Nick's choice for our tribute to Annie Lennox and Eurythmics today? Leave us some comments. We'd love to hear from you.
And she's got a hotness about her, you know. She really is kind of hot.
She's very sexy on stage. If you see anything she does, and there's so much feeling and sensuality in how she sings.
She's Scottish. Did you guys know she's Scottish?
That's right.
I didn't know that. I thought in the beginning she was
Dave
Australian.
Stewart's English, and she is Scottish. So a very interesting combo. Anyway, wonderful tune. Great selection, Nick. Now, we got to pause for just a second. I got to change the CD because we're going to play my selection of Annie Lennox from her album Medusa. This amazing cover.
Don't look at the cover.
That's right. Too late, did. Anyway, you're gonna love this version of this great Neil Young song. I'll be right back, okay?
Don't go.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We just finished playing our great tribute to Annie Lennox Eurythmics with Nick's wonderful selection, and now you're going to hear a wonderful, amazing version of a Neil Young classic, Don't Let It Bring You Down, from Annie Lennox's second album, Medusa. So she's just tremendous, and you're going to love this song. Here it is. Don't Let It Bring You Down, Annie Lennox.
Side of the road where the lorries rolling by, blue moon sinking from the weight of the load, and the buildings scrape the sky. Cold wind ripping down the valley at dawn, and the morning paper flies. Dead man lying by the side of the road with the daylight in his eyes. Don't let it bring you down. It's only castles burning, found
might have been her playing piano. I'm pretty sure she plays piano. So they were inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2022.
Yeah, just this year.
And deservedly so. But come on, Jethro Tull.
I know. A couple of bands. And Bad Company. Paul Rogers should be inducted. We recently did our Bad Company and Free video. And somebody wrote in saying Paul Rogers is not in the Hall of Fame, which I didn't realize either. Two guys need to be there, Ian Anderson and Paul Rogers.
Definitely,
come on. I mean, Eurythmics are great, and they deserve to be there. But
Absolutely.
So does Jethro Tull, so does Paul Rogers, and any band he was in. They were so great.
How'd you like that version? I thought it was a ukulele at that one point. Frank said it was a harp.
Oh, it had to be a harp. It was plucking a harp. It had more delicate sound than a ukulele.
And then if you saw at that one point, I was trying to listen, and it was the really high notes on the piano that, she was tapping on her. I think it was her.
Isn't that just a gorgeous version of it? It has this kind of, that dreamy background. And then the voices. I mean, it's just haunting. And the way she sings it, it just has this tender, painful quality to the whole song. And I got to tell you this, there is a live version video on YouTube. Go and see it with Annie Lennox doing this live. You got to see it. It's miraculous, as good, maybe better than this original thing.
Speaking of that, I never saw them in concert.
Well, no, I never got a chance to either. And boy, what a lack that is, because they are truly tremendous. One of the biggest acts of the 80s, and then and continued careers into the 90s and early 2000s. Just remarkable.
I was telling Frank, Quarter Flash, the first song we did prior to this one on the Eurythmics,
Sweet Dreams.
At one point, it made me think of Quarter Flash, and the way that the lead singer sang at times. I like them. I like them.
Oh, they do some terrific stuff. We hope you enjoyed our selections from Annie Lennox and the Eurythmics today. If you did, please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that like icon for us. It really helps us spread the word.
Annie
Share
Lennox,
it with your friends.
one of the greatest female singers of all time.
And obviously,
No doubt.
all our pals out there who are subscribed, we love you all, because you mean the world to us. We care for your ears, all ears, one
Happy
ear at a
New
time.
Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Thanks for being with us in our turning the corner on our second year. We'll see you soon on Nick
2023.
Knarf.
Ciao.
Ciao, babies. Peace out to all.